So the wife is picking the kids up from school right now, and I had a few minutes to jump on here to record this video, and I want to do so because a box showed up from CGC, and you have to open these boxes as soon as they come. So I'm actually going to open this thing up, show you guys what showed up, and if you stay tuned until the end of the video, I'll show you a few other cool things that have shown up here over the last few days. Reggie here, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. As I mentioned, we are going to unbox some comics today that have shown up from CGC, and there's not a lot of graded books here. I actually have a healthy number of rejects, and I honestly cannot remember what kind of pre-screen I put in place, but I have a healthy number of books that have been kicked back. But with that said, we're going to start off with, wow, that's a cool book right off the top. Reached in and grabbed a cool one. This is Invincible Iron Man issue number 9, and this is the first full appearance of Riri Williams, and so definitely a cool book. I actually have multiple copies of her cameo appearance, first appearance in the collection. This is by far the nicest of the ones that I picked up raw. Decided to send it in, and sure enough, it came back at a 9.8 with white pages. That is definitely a cool book right there. Let's see what else we have in here. What is that one? Oh, it's a cool book. This is a cool book too. I actually found lots of copies of this in the 100K collection, and this is Batman 404. This is where the year 1 story arc actually begins. For some reason, I just enjoy this cover. I really do enjoy this cover. So yeah, I had to send this one in, get it graded. Found multiple copies in the collection. This is the only one that I think could get a 9.8, and sure enough, it did indeed. So we'll set that off to the side. See what else we have in here. Oh, it's a cool book too. This is a cool book. I actually found multiple copies of this one in the 100K collection as well. I sold several of the copies raw, but I want to say I sent in maybe 2 copies of this to CGC. This is Spawn issue number 119. This one came back 9.8 with white pages as well. Hopefully I am holding this at a good angle that allows you to see the book without the glare. I've been moving things around here in the room, and you move any one thing and it has a effect on a lot of other stuff. The next one that we're pulling out, while we're on the topic of Spawn, I thought that this book would have come back higher. I really do think that this one would have come back at a 9.8, but they clearly saw something that I did not see. This is Spawn issue number 1, the first appearance of Al Simmons, aka Spawn. I don't know if this is a copy that I found in the collection or whether it's one of my original copies from my PC from back in the day. Either way, came back at a 9.6 with white pages. And again, would have loved to have been able to score a 9.8 on that one. That would have been cool. Oh, this is a cool one. This is Uncanny X-Men issue number 283, the first full appearance of my man Bishop. This is a cool character, man. An underutilized character in my opinion. But I have his issue 282, which is him on the cover that people really go after. But I had a couple of copies of this one that I wanted to send in that I felt could come back at a 9.8. And now I have, I guess, his cameo and cover, and now his first full in both 9.8. So that was kind of cool. That's part of the reason why I decided to do it. And let me see if this next one is it. Nope. Yep. Here's one of the other Batman 404 that clearly I thought was going to get a 9.8, but didn't. This one came back at a 9.6 right there. And I will also tell you that some of these books will be made available on regiecollects.com. So if you see something you like, there's a chance that it could be on that website right now. Wow. This is cool. This is cool. I wanted to say I have like 12 copies of this book, and I am thankful that this one actually came back at a 9.8. Marvel, what is it? Superheroes, Secret Wars, number 1, 9.8 white pages. I have a copy of this that is signed, that is also a 9.8, but I have multiple copies of this book that I purchased raw, some that I found in the collection, and this is the only one that I chose to send in, and just a cool book. I hear rumors that they may actually be filming the Secret Wars movie as we speak. I want to say someone sent me some images of Samuel L. Jackson on set. And again, just kind of unverified, so I wasn't certain which set it was and which movie it might be, so I haven't spoken about it publicly. But that was the rumor, was that it's actually Secret Wars that they are filming right now, so we will see what happens here in the not too distant future. And then the last slab book that I have is another copy of X-Men 283, first full appearance of my man Bishop. So there you go. A couple of copies of that came out of the collection. And like I said, I think I have potentially an equal number of rejects. This is by far one of my largest rejects stacks that I've received. Normally I do a pretty good job of picking the books and sending them in, but clearly I miscalculated, and I'll be completely honest, I don't even remember when I sent this stack of books in or what my thought process was behind it. It's been so long that I honestly cannot remember. But there's Uncanny X-Men 211 right there. Here is 213. Here's a copy of 244 right there. They kicked back Masters of the Universe, a couple of copies of that, which is a little disappointing. Would have been nice to have that. Maybe I set it at a 9.6 based upon what I'm seeing here. This is issue number 2, Masters of the Universe. And they kicked back a couple of copies of this book. Cool book. Spawn 230. Kicked back both copies of that. Clearly not worthy of a 9.6. So again, maybe I was taking shot on goal with these. I honestly, again, cannot remember what the thought process was, but those books are back. Let me show you guys a couple of things that have shown up here at the house. One of the ones that I am probably most excited about is this one right here. This monster of a slab, and I probably should not have stacked all these books together, but check this out. This is your regular slab, and here is the slab that showed up here at the house. It is massive. It is a massive slab of the Guide to Smart Comic Collecting, issue number 1, and this is signed by myself and Doug. This is the first print, and this slab is large and in charge, no doubt about it. But I don't think that I've smiled this much when I pulled out something from a CGC box versus like maybe the first time that I had a variant come back from CGC graded. So this was really cool. This was really cool to actually pull out. And again, it's in a super large slab. So that's one of the cool things that has shown up here at the house. Another, my man Joe from Gaithersburg, Maryland, sent me a couple of bottles of Mambo sauce. Absolutely love this stuff from my time at Howard University. I actually spent about 12 years total in the Washington, D.C. area, not going to school, only 4 and some change with school. But Joe actually sent me a couple of bottles of this. He sent me the mild and the sweet hot. The sweet hot is actually in use right now. I literally used it a short while ago. So shout out to Joe in Gaithersburg, Maryland, for hooking me up with the Mambo sauce. And then there's a couple of cool things that my man Comic Tom sent me. He sent me a nice little stack of books here of some of the variants that he has released as part of the mystery mail call. I think that's the boys right there. While I was visiting him in Washington State, he offered to give me a couple of books and sent them, and they have shown up. That is Thor issue number 20. I think that's a key book right there. I think that this is House of Slaughter issue number 1. Again, all variants from Comic Tom. Peach Momoko right there. I think this may be one of the few Peach Momoko pieces that I actually have in the collection. I don't have very many of her books at all. Something is Killing the Children, issue number 16. Huge shout out to my man Comic Tom for hooking me up. And here's the recounts. I'm not quite sure what issue that is, but the recount from Jonathan. I cannot remember Jonathan's last name at the moment, but very, very cool book that I enjoy reading. So I think that is essentially it. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed this little mishmash of stuff. And if you did, I certainly want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to leave a comment behind, you can do that as well. And you can also reach out to me if you wish on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.